Hi. Thank you for joining me here once again for another session of advice with the Zodiac Twist. You guys are going to have to forgive me because it's lunchtime and I need my protein bar and my water. But I'm going to try not to actually eat on camera. Just forgive me, please. Oh, in case you're wondering. Special K protein bars. These are really, really good. No, it's not crappy diet food. It's a protein bar that fills you up and gives you that sense of fullness so you don't have to like overeat, which I have a tendency to do sometimes. So they're really, really good. You need these in your life. They don't taste like crap at all. And they're expensive, so. But it's like $1 a bar. 6 bars a box. Sorry. Okay. Give me a second. This is going to be like the messiest video I've ever done. Straight up. The lighting sucks as it normally does, but I guess that's going to become like my signature. I don't know. You're just going to have to forgive me. I'm going to try not to do this ever again. But don't quote me on that. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a compatibility profile. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm really excited to do it. Now, it consists of the compatibility between a Taurus man and a Pisces female. Now, this young lady contacted me who's a fellow YouTuber. I'm not going to say her name, as I never do. And she wanted to get my take on compatibility between Taurus and Pisces because she's, read around, like, online and everything. Like, a lot of compatibility sites contradict the other. And you're going to find that a lot in astrology. And I always tell you guys, don't take any of this too seriously because you know how psychic hotlines, I don't know if you ever like saw those type of commercials like back in the day, where they say like at the very end in small print for entertainment purposes only. Just think of it like this. It's a useful tool, but please don't put too much thought into it because really, it's not that serious. I'm almost finished. So anyway, yeah, so because she saw a lot of contradictory things on different websites, she wanted to get my take on it. So I'm like, okay, I can do that. I'm going to tell you the plus and minuses of being in a relationship with a Taurus male. You take from it what you will, and hopefully you get something out of this. Besides me eating on camera. I apologize, I'm almost finished. It's really crunchy. Okay, so anyway. Messy. Taurus male. Now, Taurus male, for the most part, is the traditionalized version of what you would think a good husband or a good boyfriend should be. They can be very responsible. They really love being home for the most part. Like, they're definitely like homebodies at heart. Even though every now and then you're going to find a Taurus that always likes to be out and about around a lot of people. But for the most part, Taurus guys are very laid back. They like being home. They like to just, sit at the couch and eat and just watch their favorite television show. Like, they are extremely simplistic. And if you are the type of female that is attracted to a guy who can be themselves anytime, day or night, in any situation, who can totally, be themselves and be comfortable with who they are, no matter what the circumstances. If you want a guy who is really very set in his ways, very comfortable with who he is, and, with his life, then a Taurus guy, I definitely think would appeal to you. Now, Taurus men can be extremely stubborn, extremely bullheaded and obstinate. And like I said, this goes back to them being very much set in their ways. They know how they like things, they know what they like, and they know what they don't like, and it's very black or white with them. Either they do it or they don't, yes or no, in or out. They really don't like playing mind games. They're not into drama. They're not into emotional BS. Sometimes they can come off very unemotional. So if you are an emotional person, then you can find Taurus men to be extremely infuriating because sometimes they come off like they really don't care, which usually is not the case. They just have a hard time displaying the emotional side of themselves. Now, don't mistake this for them not being able to display emotion. Because when it comes to, they tend to live in the past a lot. You know, they can complain about something that happened like 10 years ago as if it happened yesterday. And they can harp on it and dwell on it, you know, and kind of bring you into what they're going through, even though it's like it's so not relevant. And I want you to keep this in mind when you're, you know, with a Taurus man, that they'll use the same type of double standard on you. They will bitch and complain about something that you did 10 years ago. And for some reason or another, they find it extremely hard to let things go. Okay? So, but I think also the fact that they are so strong-willed and kind of bullheaded can definitely work in their favor, because they're extremely ambitious when they feel like being ambitious. But for the most part, they're very relaxed. They're very settled with who they are. They don't feel the need to always be, you know, climbing the ladder of success. They don't really feel the need to put on airs or be phony or kiss butt to get a promotion or things like that. You know what I mean? It just doesn't hold any interest to them. And that's when, you know, me going back to saying that they can be extremely simplistic. Now, also with the double standard with Taurus males is that the double standard is really unfortunate, because they can be very much a joy to be around, but they feel like they have permission to dwell on things, to hold grudges, to be angry still about something that is totally irrelevant. But if you complain or bitch or hold grudges, they look at you like you're crazy. Like, what is wrong with you? Why are you acting like that? So they can definitely be like the king of double standards. But Taurus males, you know, Taurus is an earth sign, and fellow earth signs are Capricorn and Virgo. So, you know, the same things that they all have in common are fixed personalities, and also other signs that aren't earth also have fixed personalities. Like me, I'm a Scorpio. I have a fixed personality, and with somebody with a fixed personality, that basically means that, you know, no matter what the situation or the circumstances, we're always going to be true to ourselves first. Like, we always look out for number one, and then we worry about everything else. Like, we really don't like to compromise who we are for anybody. We're set. We're set in our ways, and we know what we like and we know what we don't like. That is a fixed personality. So, you know, and also the thing about Taurus males is that they can kind of have a chauvinistic mentality when it comes to women. I'm not saying they can be total douchebags, because a lot of them are extremely sweet and all that good stuff, but they expect to be the breadwinner. They expect you to know your place in the home in terms of, you know, knowing how to cook, knowing how to clean, because they aren't the they're not, what's the word? They're not housekeepers. I'm not saying they're trashy or they're, you know, extremely lazy or they don't know how to pick up a broom. I'm just saying that their expectations are for you to do that, for you to know that you're supposed to do that because you're a woman. Now, like I said, all Taurus men are not like that, but they all inherently have that, you know, woman's place is in the home type of mentality. So if you know what I'm talking about, then this makes sense to you. Um, but like I said, you know, if you can put up with him, his stubbornness and his obstinance and all that good stuff, if you can put up with that, then that's cool, because he really is a good provider and he will take care of you. He doesn't have a problem doing that. But like I said, he has very clear expectations from you as well. So if you can handle that, then good luck. I'm not going to talk about you too much, Pisces female, because I've been talking about Pisces for a lot longer than I expected this month. Well, actually, it's August. I'm in July. So, I mean, I'm not going to talk about you too much, because you know how you are, and you know what you're looking for in your life right now in terms of a relationship or whatever. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight on a Taurus male. Now, in terms of Taurus male and Pisces female being together, I definitely think it can work. But Pisces females, I will say a little bit, um, very emotional, sensitive, and emotional again. So keep in mind how you are and your mentality, and keep in mind how Taurus is. So you just please take everything I said and just look at the situation and come to your best conclusion possible. I'm not trying to influence you one way or the other, but I thank you for watching. I hope I did an okay job on your assessment. I thank all of you for watching. If you want a compatibility profile done, or birth chart or personality profile, please feel free to contact me anytime. creativewritings247@gmail.com. I thank you for watching as usual. Hopefully this thing records all the way through, and I'll talk to you guys soon.